Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Sarah Clark. We're going to do about an hour flow, and it's just going to be what it's going to be. I really can't even give you any sort of foreshadowing of what's to come because it'll unfold. The blocks. 2 blocks is what I would suggest. We're going to use them especially right away. Don't worry about it if you don't have blocks. I'll always give some modifications for it. So let's begin on our mat. You can also use books. So if you want to put this on pause and just go grab a couple of books, that works too. So you're going to place a block under your left knee, lowest level, and a block under your right hand, lowest level. It's like cats and cows. So take an inhale, drop down the belly, lift the sits bones and your gaze up. And when you exhale, drop your head and look back. And just keep doing this. So just starting to really notice the space around your shoulder girdle. Notice the space in your pelvis, like in that left hip compared to the right hip. And just really feel this very awkward difference on what you would normally do. Of course, if you don't have blocks or books or anything to mimic this, just go straight into cats and cows. Exhale, drop your head. This will be the last exhale. And then inhale, just go to change. So change it up. Other side. Inhale, lift your gaze, look up. Keep both of your hands flat, pushing down. Noticing this difference. And then also, I just want to give you a heads up that if my breathing is shorter or longer than yours, know that you can adjust. If my breathing is longer than yours, just see if you can expand it out just a little further. If it's shorter than yours, I say absolutely go at that pace. It takes some time and getting used to really expand your lung capacity and take steady, really long inhales and exhales. Okay, we'll just do one more cycle. So exhale to drop your head. And inhale to look up. Now just put your blocks off to either side of the top of your mat. So we'll probably use them again. And we'll just come straight into a high plank position. So right away, come to press, your hands flat to the ground and puff up your upper back. Do this in a really exaggerated fashion. So when you round your back, just be sure that you're not sticking your butt up to the sky. Engage your legs and then find a neutral position where your head pulls forward slightly and your shoulders slide back away from your ears. And then put some fire in the front of your legs as your heels are lifted. Pushing up. And then from here, we're going to first drop to our knees, then drop to the belly. You'll notice my elbows are bending. And as you inhale, lift your gaze. And when you exhale, go down. When you inhale, your feet come up and your hands reach up behind you. And then exhale, plant the hands in the toes and push to high plank. And we're back again here. Come forward with your chest. And as you exhale, knees, then hips, shoulders back. Take that breath in and then lower all the way to the ground. Everything comes up, legs and arms stretching back. And then place your hands under your shoulders. Exhale, high plank. Heart comes forward. Exhale, down. Lift your heart, tops of the feet. Stay on the ground. And then exhale, go all the way down. Focus your feet up. Your arms up, and then hands under your shoulders. Push up into high plank, and your heart comes forward. Exhale down. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale to the ground. Let's keep going. Everything comes up. And then exhale, high plank. Heart forward. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale down. Everything up. Inhale. Exhale, plank. Let's do this 2 more times. Exhale down. Little cobra. Down. Full locust. Exhale. You can use your knees too. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Full locust. And up to high plank. Pull back into downward facing dog. Drop your head and feel the length of your spine. Start to move your knees back and forth. Your heels, they pedal up and down. Just finding some organic movement here in your body. Release your head heavy. And then just look forward and take many steps to come to the top of your mat. When you arrive there, separate the feet. Inhale to halfway lift. And when you exhale, completely fold. Do that again. Inhale, halfway lifting of your chest. And exhale, fold. Now press into the outer edges of your feet. And almost like you want to spread your feet further apart from each other. Then inhale, lift your chest up, and exhale, fold the belly over top of your thighs. Let your arms go behind your legs. Keep that action in your feet, like they want to push away from each other. Your arms can go as you wish, so maybe even holding your elbows is more appropriate. Feel this space growing in the middle part of your spine. Drop your head and shake and nod. Yes and no. And then really even out the weight of your body on your feet. Push down through the feet. And when you inhale, peel your chest back and look up. Fill your lungs as you reach to the sky, and then gather your hands to your heart for Samastitihi. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, dive forward to fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift, and step your left foot back. All right, drop your left knee to the ground, and then come to press both your hands, fingers interlocked. Push your knee away as you inhale. Arms straight and look back. And when you exhale, tailbone forward and just sort of tuck in around your spine. Inhale, shoulders down. Heart up, push the knee away, and then exhale. Come in, chin closer to your navel. Shoulders down, last breath in. And then when you exhale, come forward to place your hand below the shoulder and lift your back knee up. Push your right hand into your knee and start to open up and twist. Eventually lift your right hand to the sky. All right, and then looking down, you want to just drop the left knee underneath of your hip and extend your right leg back, like a side plank variation here. Right arm up to the sky. You're going to flex the right foot and feel this line from the right heel shooting out through the center of your head. Even extend your right arm straight forward, bicep close to the ear, just to feel this line of energy extending. And then lift your right arm back up to the sky, and you're going to point your right toes and bring your right foot as far back behind you as it'll go. And then when you inhale, you're going to pull the right foot forward, flex the foot as far forward as it'll go. Exhale, go back, point the toe. Inhale, flex the foot, pull forward. Exhale, go back. Flex the foot, pull forward. Relax the right shoulder. Keep the arm opening as you do this. Extend back, point the toe, flex the foot, point the toe, and then back to center. Put the right foot on the ground, come up into gate pose so the right hand comes to your right leg and you extend long through that side. And then windmill, so the left hand first comes down, then the right hand, and come into high plank. Take this right leg to hover. As you exhale, pull the right knee forward, and as you inhale, the leg goes back, and rest the right foot on top of your left. Bend your knee a little bit or a lot, and pull the hips up. Keep the right leg hovering at the back of the leg. Inhale forward to plank, and then exhale, lower down with control, all the way to the belly. Now with your legs crossed, push down through the tops of the feet and lift your chest up into cobra. And then exhale to go down. Left foot under only, push up into high plank. Hover the right leg, pull it in, squeeze, and extend back. 4 more. Knee forward to the elbow and back. For 3. For 2. Exhale. And 1. Downward facing dog. Take your left leg up to the sky. And bend your knee to open the hip. Just to open the hip a little bit or a lot. Take a full breath in, and when you exhale, knee to nose or as close as it'll go. And step forward. All right, drop your right knee to the ground and take your interlocked fingers to the front of the right or top of the right thigh or knee. Inhale, push the knee away. Look up or back. And then exhale, chin comes towards your navel and your tailbone forward. Inhale, go back. And just this very gentle rocking and movement of your hips and allowing your spine to sort of ripple into the movement. Keep your hips fairly level so you don't have this left hip going more forward or right hip going more back. Inhale, come forward, place the hand below the shoulder or even a little in front and lift your right knee off the ground. Start with the left hand on the left knee and balance out your hips. So ask your left hip to drop. And then eventually maybe lift your left arm up towards the sky. Now finding the outer edge of the right foot, you step the left foot halfway or partway back. And we're in this controlled side plank variation. All right. And then take that right knee and place it under the hip. Left foot is going to go back, extended. Okay. Now from here, extend your left hand forward and really check in and cue into that line of energy. Like your core body just holds everything in. You press through the back foot and you feel that straight leg travel through crown of the head, boom, all the way out. Extend your arm. Good. Take your left arm up to the sky. Point your back toe and extend the foot straight behind you as far as it'll go. Exhale, pull the left toes and foot forward. Inhale, point the toe, go back. Exhale, point or flex. And back. Flex. Inhale, point, extend. Now really just notice that your hips are staying fairly neutral. Flex, pull, point, extend. One more time, flex, pull, and then back. Put the foot down, gate pose. Extend the right arm up and over. You get nice and long through that whole right side. And then just windmill so the right hand comes down first and then the left hand. And you're in plank with the Right toes tucked under left leg to hover. Pull your left knee forward, then back and place the foot over top of the right leg. Then pull back into downward dog, keeping the leg like so. Maybe bending the right knee a little bit too. Squeeze between your thighs. And then inhale, come forward to plank. Lower yourself all the way down. Little cobra. Push down through your pubic bone and relax the shoulders away from your ears. Back to center. Tuck your right toes under with this right leg only. And your hands push away from the floor to high plank. All right, downward dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Come forward to high plank and pull your left knee to your elbow. Back, still holding plank, but the leg extends to your elbow. Back, let's go for 5, for 4, and 3, 2, 1, downward dog. Shake your head, nod a little bit yes and no. And lift up your right leg. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Push into the palms of your hands, push the floor away, and let your head hang heavy. Take a full breath in. Knee comes forward towards your nose. Touch it if it's possible. And step forward. Let's rise all the way into crescent lunge. Your arms reach up towards the sky. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and just find some foundation in this pose. Bend at your elbows, relax the shoulders, and start to puff up your chest up to the sky. Then come forward. Neither your hands can sweep back or come to the top of your right knee or thigh and fly the left leg. Extend through. Again, heel through the crown of your head, shooting right straight forward. Feel your hips are level. And allowing the arms to extend back if it's possible. Just truly wake up the left foot here. As you inhale, just lift your chest up and place the left foot to the ground, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift of your chest. And step just the right foot back into your lunge. So inhale, rise, lift both your arms, and find the foundation. From the deepest part of your core, feel yourself engage. Level out your hips by bringing the right hip forward. Wake up your fingers. Alive. Then bend at your elbows. Feel the shoulders soften, but activate your chest, the front line of your body, as you lift your gaze. And then exhale, coming forward. Keep the core alive so that you can fly with grace. Right foot lifts up. Hands can move to the top of your left knee or thigh. Square your hips. Right hip down. Now wake up your right toes. Wake up the foot. And think of the front line of your belly getting longer, like actually stretching out. Stay here for 3. Wake up the right foot a lot for 2. And 1. Chest up, inhale, and then place the foot down. Drop your chin. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward, fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or hop back to high plank. High plank. Pull your heart forward. Exhale, chaturanga, or lower all the way to the ground. Now, upward dog or another cobra, your elbows can be bent. And pull back into downward facing dog. Head drops heavy. Right leg up. Step the right foot outside the right hand. Inhale, the right arm comes up to the sky. Keep your upper body like this and step the left foot also forward outside your left hand. Then inhale. This is like a high malasana or high squat. Your arms come up. And then gather your hands to your heart. And when you inhale, rise and put pressure on the right foot. Bring your left knee up also. Okay, open your knee to the side and then pull it back forward. Now your hands can be on your hips just to start to connect with the mobility of this joint, of these joints. Opening and closing, opening and closing. And then come back to center and extend your left foot forward. We're gonna fly it back into airplane. Bend your right knee, bring your arms forward. This is warrior 3. And then step it all the way back so that you can press the heel down, warrior 1. And open into warrior 2. Take your right palm, inhale, reverse the warrior, so reach back. And then exhale, sidelong angle, right elbow to your knee, left hand extends. Extend, extend, then look down and place the left hand down. And you find the side plank variation. So left knee touches, right foot extends. Let's start off by bending the right knee and just hold the foot from the inside. You can kick back behind you. Extend. And then place that foot out to the back of the room. Just feel that extension. Nice and long. Right arm up. All right. Now, from here, you're going to take that right foot, put it on the ground, keep it active, and then lift the left knee off the floor. Bring it towards your left elbow, and then back, and then extend the foot straight out in front of you. Extend, and then bring that foot behind you as far as it'll go. Back to center, knee to elbow, to the middle, foot out to the center, foot back to the middle, to your left elbow, to center, foot out in front, to center, foot back, and then high plank. Now hover this left leg and actually bring it on top of the right leg. Pull your heart forward, chaturanga. An upward facing dog or cobra with the left leg over top of the right. And then back to downward dog, but lift your left leg up. Leg up, look forward, step. Crescent lunge, arms come up towards the sky. And then gather your hands to your heart as you stand up tall. Lift your right knee. Extend the foot forward. Fly the leg back. And then we come into half moon. So in half moon, you can stay quite upright with your chest. We're going to try to avoid even thinking about having to rest on a block. A lot of people hear half moon and they go boom, right down. We're going to avoid that. You're going to lift and lower the right foot. So point being, you want enough control with your body to be able to lift and lower the foot. The lower that you bring your torso parallel, like more parallel to the floor, the harder it becomes. So if you need to rest and put your foot down once or twice or 5, 20 times, it's okay. Up and down with that foot. Up and down. Let's go for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep the foot up, but look down. Keep your hips level. Hands can be on your hips. Step the right foot back and drop your knee to the floor. Take both arms up to the sky. Gather your hands to your heart and twist to the left. And now we twist. So here's your choice to stay with the back knee on the floor. And at this point in time, just really notice how mindful you are of where your body is at. If you need to just like drop into the stretch, or if building more heat and fire and intensity is something that your body needs. So you can lift the back knee. You can also extend your arms, but just really stay connected to what it is that your body needs. All right. And then look forward in front of your left foot and bring your hands to the floor in front of you. You're going to fly and lift your right leg up. Then bend the knee and left hand can reach for your foot. And then just pull that foot in towards your midline. Drop your head even. All right, and then release the foot and just bring your feet together. Bend your knees and sit down into a chair. Inhale, your arms come up. Sit back as you put most of your weight into your heels. Lean into the heels, lift your chest, and then exhale, dive forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop or step back to high plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, take your left leg up. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. And your foot can turn out a little bit, okay? Right hand plants, left arm comes up. Keep your hips low as can be as you bring your right foot also forward to step. Keep your hips down low. And then lightness in the right hand and come all the way up with your arms. Hips down low. And then come all the way to stand. Push into the right foot and lift your right knee up. Open the right knee to the side. Close it off. So feel that movement of the right hip mostly. And then you create stability in the left side of your body. Knee open, knee closed, knee open, knee closed. Next time the knee comes forward, you can extend the right leg straight out in front of you and then go back to fly, airplane. Arms can open. Arms come forward, start to bend your left knee. Hold warrior 3 for 3, for 2. 1, step it back. Warrior 1, lift your arms up. And then all the way into warrior 2. Arms stretching apart. Move the hips. Take your left palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And side long angle. Elbow to knee, right arm extends long. Long through this side. Extend and then look down and take your right hand to the ground, right knee to the floor, and back into that side plank variation. Long line of energy again from that left foot, all the way up. Feel the action. And then put the left foot on the ground. Lift the right knee and pull it in towards your elbow. And then kick the foot straight across, right out in front of you. And then back, behind you, to center, knee to elbow, to center, straight out, to center, kick back, center, elbow, kick, and back. 2 more, kick, back, center, elbow, kick, and back. All right, downward dog, 3 pointed, right leg comes up. And then cross the leg over top. Come forward to high plank, lower down halfway. Little cobra or upward dog. And then back into downward facing dog. Right leg comes up, hug the knee in, and step forward. Drop your step the right foot forward and the left foot forward. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, inhale. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. All right, left foot extended back behind you, and we open into half moon for this side. All right, so position yourself so that you can hold this leg with steadiness. And you're just gonna start to lift it up and down. So your hands can be on your hips. You can have your hands at your heart center. If you need to reground a couple times, it's all good. Up and down with your foot. And then again, it's like the lower that your torso is to the ground, even parallel, it becomes a little harder. If you want to challenge yourself with that. All right, let's do for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go into airplane, slowly stepping back. Gently drop your left knee. And now hands to your heart, twist to the right. All right, so leaning into it. Possible that this is exactly where you need to stay. Possible to go a little further, a little deeper, and lift your back knee. But take the moment and time here to really check in. Isn't necessary to go deeper, to go further. Or are you good here? All right, and then look forward, bring your hands in front of your foot and a standing split. Left leg up. You can bend the knee with your right hand, reach for your foot. A nice stretch to drop your head. And then gently release the foot and bring your feet together. Bend your knees, sit down low. And then inhale, your arms come up towards the sky. Lean into your heels as you drop the hips back and down, and down, and down. You're going to come all the way onto your back. All right. So from here, just bring your heels in pretty close to your hips. Hands are going to come behind your head. And you're going to ask your low back to push into the floor. You'll feel the front line wake up, and you're going to pull your head off the ground. Look at the space between your thighs. Use your hands to actually pull your head. And then feel the balance of weight on your feet so that they're not just rolling more to one side or the other. Pull maybe one more section of your spine off the ground. If you want a little bit more, start to reach your fingertips forward as you do this. And we're going to hold here for 5. Relax your face for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come back and lift your feet off the ground. Bend your knees so your feet, your shins are parallel to the floor. Lift your head off the ground, and now just keep your knees together, but pull your feet over to the right, and your right hand towards your heel, and then to center and feet over to the left. So your knees are over top of the hips the whole time. And you're just bringing your feet from side to side. And then even pause at the point where your feet pull close to your hand. And just pause there. Side to side. And really exaggerate the letting out of your air. So exhale longer, squeeze. Maybe your inhales are a little shorter. Just 2 more on each side. My other hand that holds my head is holding my head so that it's not stressing out any muscles around your neck or in your neck. All right, and then just put your feet down. Now you can touch the backs of your heels with your fingertips, your middle fingers. Just lift your hips off the ground. Now from here, just start to walk your shoulder blades in a little closer. Feel the front of your knees pressing forward, and maybe interlock your fingers underneath your back. Go higher with your hips, if that feels appropriate for you. And then even close your eyes and feel the engagement of your back body. So as you press into your heels, all the way up the back of your legs, your glutes, low back, even around your mid back. Notice those muscles joining in, helping. And keep your hips up, but just relax your fingertips, like unclip your hands. And then take your hands up over your head, nice long sort of angel wing extension with your arms up. Push onto the back of your hands and see if you can lift your hips up just a little higher. Now, you can stay like here, or you could take your hands and bring them underneath your shoulders, like a backward somersault. And I'm only going to say, if you want to go to the next step, come to the top of your head only, and you're not allowed to look at the TV screen. If you go onto the top of your head, you got to just listen to my voice. So you come to the top of your head, and there's like lightness on the top of your head. Chin is tucked in towards your chest a little bit, and the back body is still working, maybe even harder now. So you push onto your feet, hug your elbows in a little closer together, and just hover your head off the ground an inch or two, and hold for 3, for 2, and 1. And coming out of this is gentle with ease. First your upper back, middle back, lower back, and pause without doing anything. All right, and then take your knees and bring them in towards each other. Okay, squeeze the knees very gently. This is a very extreme difference for your back. If you go straight into your knees squeeze to chest, some people crave that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just you got to be mindful of your body. And then squeezing your knees into your chest, just rock yourself up to seated. Try and keep your feet hovering, and then rock yourself back and up. Try not to have your toes touch the ground at all as you do this rock and roll. Up and back. All right, 2 more. On this next time that you come up, you're going to go right into your boat. So your hands can go in behind your knees. You can straighten the legs, or you can keep your knees bent. But key aspect to this is that your spine is straight. So being able to lift all the way up, even your arms maybe. Stay for 3, breathe for 2. And 1, just cross your legs and take it back into a downward facing dog. All right, from downward dog, let your elbows touch the floor. And if you need just a moment to set up for dolphin and for elbow plank, is just making sure that the elbows, your hands would be able to wrap all the way around your arms. So just check that out, and then interlock your fingers and lift your hips up. Yeah. Lengthen your spine. And then take your left leg and bring it up. You're going to hug the knee in towards your elbow. And then you're going to inhale and lift. Exhale to your elbow. Lift. Let's do 3 more times of this.
Okay. And then the leg up and bring it to the back of your right leg. All right. And then bring your heart forward and you're in elbow plank. All right. So here you are. Left leg is over top of your right leg. Squeeze your legs in together and then lower your hips down to the floor. And then feel your pubic bone like press down towards the mat. Flatten the top of your right foot onto the ground. Lift your chest up. Now, even close down your eyes and just cue into your back body down the right side of your spine and left side. And then hover the left leg and bend this knee. Okay, with your right hand, you can reach back for your foot. You can push the foot closer to your hip, or you can kick the foot back and open your heart. Just keep that left arm to stabilize you. And then just gently release that. Bring yourself right down and your arms are going to reach out in front of you. Forehead is going to start off on the ground. Lift your right arm and your left leg. Put it down. Left arm and right leg. Put it down. Just hover your head off the ground and just alternate from side to side. Now you can choose to have that opposite arm and foot on the ground, or you can come to hover and almost like you're swimming, one leg at a time. You can go as fast as you want to. I say just keep your arms and your legs straight. Your pubic bone pressing down to the floor and your chin in towards your chest. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your elbows underneath of your shoulders. Interlock your fingers. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up. First to plank. Pull your heart forward and then pull the hips back. Bend your knees. Maybe even toes in a little closer for dolphin. All right, right leg. You can bring your feet a little closer together, actually. Feel the length of your spine and lift up the right leg. As you exhale, pull your knee forward and inhale, lift it up. So you're going to keep your gaze looking back. We're not going to shift our gaze. You're just going to move this right leg and pull it in as you exhale. Inhale up. Let's go for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1 leg up, and bring this right leg behind your left leg. Come forward to a plank, elbow plank, hovering the right leg on top, and then lower your hips to the ground. Flatten the left foot down as well, and lift up your chest. Notice your elbows don't splay out from each other. Feel the connection, the top of the right leg, left leg. And then you can bend your right leg and left hand will reach back for the foot. Pulling the foot close to the hip or kicking the foot back and opening the left shoulder. Okay, and then go back down to the floor. Chin towards your chest, hover your head off the ground. And then we're gonna take the legs open and the arms open. Just a different kind of swimming action. Legs open, together. Arms open, together. Legs and arms open. Feet open or together. Feet, hands together. So what you can do if you need to do this in part, you can keep one hand on the ground, or even your feet on the ground, and your hands. Otherwise, hover them. All right, let's do this for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. All right, down. Bring your left hand under your shoulder, and actually we'll start this way, left hand out. So your elbow lines up with your left shoulder. Right hand is under your shoulder, and you roll onto your side. Now, when you go onto your side, you take your right foot behind you, and you just start to ask your spine to, again, just get some movement, some twist. Take just a couple deep breaths. So we're not going anywhere quickly. Let your head rest down. All right, and then come onto your belly. We'll go straight into the other side, right arm out, left hand under your shoulder, and roll onto your right side. Let your head rest. And your left foot can be behind you, just to sort of let your hip open. Okay, come back down onto your belly. And however you want to transition to go back into a downward facing dog, take that motion. We'll meet in downward dog. And just lengthen your spine. Drop your head fully. All right, lift up your right leg and bring your knee into your right elbow down to your wrist. Keep your left leg active. Keep the left leg off the ground. Now, you can use your blocks if you want to. And you can go on to middle or higher level of the blocks and just sort of create a higher ledge for you to push away from. Keep the back leg active and straight. Now, if you want a little bit more, extend your arms up. You can even bend your elbows, puff up your chest, look up. Keep that back leg active as you shoot yourself forward. So when you come forward, you're hovering here. There's a lot of action in this right hip. You want to think about bringing your right hip back. If you want a little bit more, extend your arms out to the side or straight back. And bring your left hip a little bit more forward. Glue your belly button towards your spine. Stay for 3. Breathe for 2. And 1. Now rest completely. Let go of the tension and rest your head, rest your leg. Just 2 more breaths. All right, sit on the right hip and bring your left leg over top. Stacking your knees, bringing them as close together as possible. Level out your hips, so making sure you can straighten out your bottom right leg for less intensity. Level your hips and bring your left hand beside you. Right arm is going to reach up and over. Now you can bend your left elbow. Get long through this right side. Feel like a weight in your right hip, and it's pulling down.
All right, and then come up and bring your left leg straight back again. You're gonna pull the knee forward and tuck your toes under. Now, putting a book or two or a block under your right knee is going to make it easier. And a lot of people have difficulty with balance, so you can also bring the left knee further back. But in a more full expression of this pose, it would be the ankle, the knee line up. Your hips are over top of that or even slightly back. And then we're going to start off with our hands behind our back and just to ask our elbows to first pull in closer, puff up our chest, and then you can come to more straighten your arms. And the next phase would be starting to look up. And there's still not any tension in my low back. I'm really just stretching the front part of my chest. And I'm eventually going to start to move backwards. And when I move backwards, my front body is really strong to hold me. So just being aware of that. And then the next step is you can take your left hand and drop it onto your ankle or your heel. And you can take your right arm up. You can turn, and if you want to give it a go, just even changing it up, dropping your right hand, see if that feels good. And then we'll just come back up to center. Keep everything, and just start to lean your hips back. So another version of a really awesome hip stretch. And some people will just sort of stay here and breathe. I don't know about you, but my joints are like insane sore these days. So this sounds like and feels like a really great option just to hang here. But I'll cue you in to go further if it's something you want to do. So the next step is that we have to build a little triangle, a tripod for our head and our hands. So you'd place your hands pretty close to your leg so that when the top of your head drops down, it would technically be at the top of the triangle. Your hands will balance you there. You tuck your back toes under and take your right knee to your elbow and then eventually lift right up. You want to zip in your elbows closer together. You can stay here as long as you want. I'll cue you to come out when it's time. So a very, very key aspect to every single yoga posture is the journey in getting to it and getting out of it. So the pose is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if you sort of muscled your way in and then unloaded as you came out, right? So we need to just move slowly with control. You can come back to having your knee on the ground if it's not there yet. And we'll just move into this figure 4 downward facing dog. So your foot can stay in close above your left knee. Oops. And you can stay in this figure 4. If you want it to be less intense, place your right foot on the floor in front of your left foot. So it would look more like this. And then you can even, if you want to add on, you can come into high plank and you can cycle through a vinyasa with your feet like this. I love this. I find it to be such a good spine opener, pelvis stretcher. And then back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up towards the sky. Bring your knee to left elbow and then down to your wrist. And we're going to stay active here. Grab those blocks or books or whatever you did, if you did or did not. For the beginning, you push away from the ground and you sit up really, really tall. And the front line of my back leg is active, and the left hip is like pulling back really hard. So you want to activate
This is like massive activation. And then go ahead and lift your arms up. And that will even create more lightness for you. If you want to go further, arms can come out, and we're going to hover the whole time. You just want to make sure you don't feel unstable in your knee joint or your hip joint. You want to be engaging so your hands can go down at any point. Otherwise, you're extending them back. Left hip pulling back, right hip forward, and stay for 3. Activate for 2 and 1. Rest. Everything lets go, and you come to rest your head. Breathe in and breathe out. Ungrip your jaw. Unravel any clenched fingers. Just 2 more breaths. You can put some weight on the left hip because you're going to swing your right leg up and over. And just get the hips level. That's really important. So your knees can come in closer and closer as long as the right hip is on the ground. And the right arm beside you, left hand over. And you can go down further as your body says it's okay to do so. Just really extending through this left side, creating more space, and asking your left shoulder to move back slightly so that you're not crunching forward just to get your right elbow to the ground. Maybe you stay up on your hand. All right, and then come up and bring your right leg back behind you. Pull the right knee in closer to your right ankle or left ankle and tuck your left toes under. Make sure that your hips are level, you feel stable and secure with that left knee on the ground, and if not, you can put a block underneath of your knee. All right, so neutralize your hips, your pelvis, your torso. Just feel like you're fairly neutral here. Then take your hands interlock behind your back. Start to puff up your chest, straighten your arms. And then eventually even starting to lean back a little bit. Looking up. Next step is you can drop your right hand, just as long as you unclip your hands. I like that. I've been saying clip hands and unclip hands. There's a lot of bikes in the studio right now, so it must be where my mind's at. Left arm can reach back. And then change it. You notice that I'm still sort of in this back bend as I go ahead and make the change. Keeping my front body really strong, holding me. All right, and then always coming out with control. Coming back to hinge forward. That lovely hip stretch. Soak it up as long as you want. For those who went into the inversion, you'd be setting up for the tripod. Top of your head will go to the top of the imaginary triangle, and your hands will be at the back of the triangle, bottom, foundation. Lift up. And when you're ready, you lift all the way up. Feel free to play with your legs. You can always play around.
Coming out of it, so important. Try and be like a feather. Touching down, you're not going to come down with a thunk. It's going to be slow and steady. Maybe just soak up a couple more breaths here in this nice hip stretch.
And then the next posture is the downward dog with tree legs, figure 4. Your ankle is above your right knee, and if it's too much, put your foot on the ground, just crossed over in front. And then come forward to high plank and chaturanga. Your hips and knee can be close to the ground. Pull the shoulders back. All right, and then a downward facing dog. Put your knees, both of your knees on the ground together and start to lean your hips back. Child's pose with your head on the ground. Your arms stretching back towards your feet. And then coming all the way up. All right, this posture that we do in the Hot 26 series, I'm just feeling like it would be a really nice medicine for all that back bending. So you come to sit on your hands to start. Know that you can stop along the way. A lot of times people just feel that they have to go into the full expression, otherwise they're not getting the benefits, and it's just so not true. Puff up your chest, so get as tall as you can, and then start to curl in. Now you might get like halfway to your knees with your forehead. And again, don't look at the computer or the TV. Just listen to my voice. You might stop along the way. The further you get down, the more your throat is compressed. You can touch your forehead or bring it close to your knees. And then grab the outside of your heels. Your hips start to lift. And you can apply a little bit of pressure to the top of your head on the floor, but not a lot. When you get a grip on your heels, on the outside of your feet, at the same time, feel the middle part of your back hunch up towards the sky and bring your forehead in towards your knees at the same time. And then unraveling out of this, you can come up to sit. And then just sit down. So bring your feet out in front of you. Just lean back, shake out your legs. All right. With your both feet out, stretched in front of you, lift your arms up. And I just like to move the flesh of your hips back a little bit. Knees can be bent quite a bit. Reach up. And then reach forward past your feet. Let your arms drop down. And a position that I just really love is putting my arms underneath my legs. It's like pulling my knees up into my chest and then just dropping my head. If it's possible to rest your head on something, your legs, block, a pillow, can do that. Start to let your breath just happen naturally here. So unlabored.
And ask your exhale to be just longer, a little bit longer than your inhale. Unclench your jaw.
And then come to lie all the way on your back. And we'll just finish off with a twist here. Bring your right knee in and supine twist. So knee all the way over. You can hug your left knee into if you like to cross over your legs. Keep your right shoulder to the ground. And if you just want a little bit extra mobility, sometimes I like how this feels. So right arm extended and then just circle it up over your head and back. And just do these little like quarter circles with your arm. Do that a few times. Notice the mobility of your shoulder. And then the next time that your arm is outstretched to the right, just connect your shoulder to the ground. Turn your head into a position where you feel a bit of a stretch for your neck. And then come back to center. Keep the right ankle above your left knee. Hands go in between your legs and just hook your fingers to the front of your shin or the back of your leg. And just give yourself one last little stretch here. And swap. Right leg down, left knee in. Squeeze the knee, and then wrap this leg over top of the right leg so that you can drop your knees to the right. And left arm extends out to the side. Left shoulder stays on the ground, and you're just going to do these quarter circles, like up over your head to the side. Even close your eyes and just really become aware of this movement in your shoulder. If it's smooth, if it's sticky or grindy. Steady breath. We'll just do a few more like this. And then the next time that your arm extends out to the side, just stay there, shoulder to the ground, and turn your head one direction or the other. All right, and then come back to the middle. Hands in between your legs. Grab the front of your shin or the back of your leg. And then come to rest in Shavasana. Just completely relax your body. Let your palms face up. Relax your legs. If you've gotten to this point in the practice, amazing. Good for you. It's not easy to have the motivation to be by yourself in your house doing a class online. So
amazing. Your body will benefit so greatly. So will your mind, even your spirit. So just let yourself be here at ease for as long as you wish, as long as you have. Just let your thoughts move on by like the clouds overhead. Until next week, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.